Good afternoon. Technically feels like evening, but hey, I'm old, so that's what happens after a certain age. But I wanted to show another deck. This is kind of an oracle deck, even though it goes on about in the book anyway that it's not an oracle deck. Also, I have not forgotten about the two decks that two people asked to see, called the Tarot of Denial and the Lustrous Tarot. I will show those, but this is a recent acquisition, something I bought recently, and I just wanted to show it. This is the archeo, I guess it's pronounced, Personal Architect Cards by Nick Bantock. He's the person that wrote the Griffin and Sabine books. I had never heard of him until recently when I was looking for stuff about collage on Amazon. And this says it has this is the box, one of those flap kind, a Llewellyn. So right away, you're not going to expect a lot, right? Because it's Llewellyn. But it's not bad. It's got 42 cards and a 204-page deck, even though it looks like it's 190 something. They always seem to count strangely. But there's the blurb on the back. I won't read that to you. I'll read other things instead. When we hit an interesting card, I will read that one from the book. And that's the box. Here is the book. That's the Magician. The archetype of magician, that hand with the eye and the 4 of diamonds, a star, someone dancing puppet-like, an egg and a key. I think that's what that card is called. Again, a blurb on the back of the book, Llewellyn. And I will read this little tiny bit from the introduction. It says here that he coined the name archeo to describe the concept of multiple archetypes that reside within each of us. In addition, I wanted it to suggest the word archaic, meaning something that has its beginnings in the psyches of our ancestors. Okay. So I like the look of it, but I'm currently in some collage phase for some reason, but it has a nice appearance. Here's the back of all the cards. There are 2 of these cards which are blank, which I guess you're supposed to maybe use if you have some archetype that you feel that's inside you that he didn't cover. I'm not sure how you would get anything to stick or write on here. See how glossy, shiny, slippery it is? I don't know. Maybe super glue? I don't know. But there's the backs. I don't know how well it's showing up. The sun keeps blaring on me. Oh, I see little fairies and stuff in there, but hey, I tend to see things and things. But anyway, that's not a gift really. But so here's our first, 2, 4, 6, 12 cards going from the Alchemist, Angel, Anima and Animus, the Arbiter, kind of like Justice, I guess, the Awakener, he's got a little horn, a Demon, Dreamer, Deundi, I'm not sure, I'm not pronouncing that right, Eccentric, Falcon, a blue falcon, Fatalist, Grace. Seems graceful, except for the monkey-like face, but hey. So let's put out the next 12 over top of these, and they are kind of big. Let me grab something really quickly so you can compare them. Let's compare them to the thing that another deck I haven't shown, the plastic Rider-Waite Smith Rider Tarot. As you can see, they're much bigger in every way. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Where was I? I did one. That one is a green man. You can see. Healer. Sorry, I'm too far away. Healer. Hirath. I'm not sure how to pronounce that either, but I like that image. Hypocrite. I don't like that image, but that's appropriate. Illuminator. That's nice. The Innocent. It's got an umbrella in it. It looks like he's poked himself with his pointy nose. Intimate. That's a nice looking card. Inventor. I like that one. Jester. This is Lion. Magician. Sorry. Metamorph. We might read that one. Metamorph. Maybe. We'll see how this turns out. Ugh. Midwife. Mobius. Mooncat. Not sure. Observer. This is the cover of the box. Poet. Reflector. Ugh. Hopefully those look okay. Sage. Not sure I would have called it that. Shadow Diver. Maybe we'll read that one. Shadow Diver. Siren. If that doesn't show up clearly, I'll turn it upside down for you. Since this seems to be one of those kind of cards. Star Climber. Not Stair, but Star. This is Strategist. Smoking a pipe, playing chess. This is Survivor. This is Trickster. This is Wanderer. Wanderer. This is Warrior. And this is Wolf. So let's read this one called Shadow Diver. I'll leave it like that for a little bit while I find it. They are in alphabetical order. Here we go. And there is a, let me turn it so you can see it correctly. There is a full page image. Let's see how it compares to the actual card. That's pretty darn close. I don't think it's missing anything. It's just shrunk down a little bit. So maybe you can read those if I hold it still enough for a while. But I'll read it to you just in case. First section here says attribute. The Shadow Diver spirals down through the tunnels of your history, discovering your deserted specters, spelled differently, of discontent and trauma. Once located, he brings them back to the surface where they can be resolved. That's hopeful. Unearth these buried scars, forsaken longings, and damaged dreams can be attended to, mended, and laid to rest. Somewhere between childhood and adulthood, there are stories that, having tumbled down a forgotten rabbit hole, remain buried, squeezed small and still angry. The Shadow Diver is a slinky. The Shadow Diver is a slinky, a hunter therapist with a nose for those bitter pills. That's oddly worded. Those traumas that cling limpet-like to the walls of your psyche. He is a miner and an archaeologist whose agenda is to retrieve and bring to light. So there's the page with the picture, and that's the ending. I'll hold it. It is hard enough to face threats like isolation, sickness, or the malice of others, but it is harder to deal with an internal foreboding that can't be articulated. We cannot overcome fears that remain hidden, and in order to break free from their cold grip, they must first be named and acknowledged. If we do not, we will never have free choice, and we will forever be triggered into inappropriate actions by their rancor. You don't see the word rancor a lot, but there it is, rancor. So that was a quick look, get this out of the way, of the Archeo by Nick Bantock and Llewellyn, apparently. So with that, I will probably at this point show a little video from outside so you can see what spring and early summer is like here. It's just kind of a peaceful thing. It has two critters in it, which you will see shortly. With that, I always say peace. Okay, I think I'm back and I have the sound off. I just thought at the end here it'd show something peaceful. This has been my home for almost a year now, coming up on the anniversary. So we're walking around looking at the flowers. This is mid-May, end of May. So like late spring or early summer here in New York near Lake Erie. And that's a little patch of, I guess, mostly wildflowers, maybe. I can't identify them for you. And the little critters you see running around, well, we'll see them in a bit again, I guess. But that big black dog, that's Friday, as in my girl Friday. Those are Linda's dogs. It's the neighbor's house. Bird feeder. A lot of birds come right there. Neighbor's house again. Oops. And then I think I'm going to wobble a little bit, even though it's trying to be very stable. That's the red plum colored barn. The white dog with black spots, that's Sadie. They're like kind of sisters. The kind of sisters that'll steal each other's food. No, I'm just kidding. They get along. Sometimes they lay in a formation. It makes them look like the yin and the yang, which is appropriate given their colors. There's some of those tall things with purple pom-pom things at the end. Oh, there they are, doing their thing, sniffing around. Looking for trouble. And then that tree, there's more of those purple things. And that tree straight ahead is the tree that I did a candlelight video, because on the other side it has a hollow in it. And I put a snail candle in there. There's Mrs. Plum's barn, welcome. Here's the great porch for sitting on and rocking chairs and rocking. A little grill that made some burgers earlier that were delicious. I ate approximately one too many. And that's a fish. It's made out of wood, but I don't know all the stuff that's on it. That big fish up there that Linda made. It's coated in epoxy, I guess, because it's been outside, but yet it still looks good, doesn't it? So it looks like I'm leaving now. That was a peace sign, so I'll say peace. We're back to the thumbnail. So with that, I will say peace, and next time I will try to do the videos for the two people that asked, the one called the Lustrous Tarot and the other one the Tarot of the Nile. So with that, I will say peace, and if you're one of the people that have entered the giveaway, I'm pulling for you. Bye.